So by now you guys are probably familiar with my sliding 1x2x3. It's a sort of iconic puzzle. Oh. We can fix this. We have science. As I was saying, so yeah, this is my sliding 1x2x3. It's sort of an iconic puzzle. But when I was getting this produced by Chewy, link in the description, I was, he had a customer who contacted him and asked him if he could put numbers on these pieces. Because if you take the puzzle and you switch these two pieces, and then these two, and then these two, you basically switch this piece and this piece, but the puzzle's still solved. So there's a lot more solve states, and it makes the puzzle a little bit easier to solve. So I wanted to fix this problem, but I didn't really like how the numbers looked on the puzzle. So I decided to go back into the CAD tool, go back into Onshape, and change up the files a little bit, so the puzzle would be just a little bit more difficult. So this puzzle is the result of that. If you notice here, this edge here is curved like that, and in here there's a little bit of like a Florian hole. So there, now the puzzle is solved like it usually would be. But if you look at it, you can tell that it still isn't fully solved, because these pieces up here, they don't even have a sticker on them. And you can sort of see that it's like curved down over here. And then over here, you sort of see there's like a thicker line that goes like that, instead of being over there. And so what that means is that after you solve the puzzle like you usually would, you have to switch some pieces around. So you might have to switch the top and bottom piece. So now these two are correct, because these two are switched. Now you can see it has the sticker on it there. And then if you look over here, this piece needs to go here, this piece needs to go there, and this piece needs to go there. So we can do a little bit of a 3-cycle. And then this one. And then, oh wait, let me make sure I get this right. There you go. So yeah, now the puzzle's actually solved. You can see that there's sort of like this thick outline around the edge, because the edge here is filleted more than the inner edge. And also there's these little Florian holes in the inside. Now the Florian holes, they don't make it any easier to turn. They don't like let it corner cut or anything like that, but they do make it so the puzzle has like a unique solution. One other thing that I did change, or that I added, it's not in this puzzle because I haven't got them yet, but I made holes in it so there's magnets. So the thing that's sort of annoying about this puzzle is that you have to line this layer up, and but before you can slide it and turn it. And this, so this little thing over here can become, let me get it to focus. This thing can become misaligned. So if it's like that, you can't turn it. You have to like sort of line it up, and even if it's very slightly misaligned like that, it still won't turn. There you go. So I put a magnet in one of these center edge pieces. So like in this piece, or this piece here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one magnet in each of these edge pieces, so that when you're rotating around this middle layer, it'll sort of snap into place with this middle layer, and it'll sort of lock. So when you turn the middle layer, this middle slice layer, the center of the puzzle will turn with it. And what that'll do is it'll just make it a little bit easier for it to become aligned, and a little bit, I guess, just better of a puzzle, or better turning of a puzzle. The magnets are still coming. I don't have them yet. I ordered them from China in like bulk. I'm gonna have to wait a while for them to come because the shipping isn't that great. This puzzle isn't too special. I just, it's a sort of a redesign of an older puzzle. So I thought I'd show you guys another puzzle. So this is my sliding square 1. Or I think I called it on my thingiverse like the super square 1 or something like that. This is another one of those puzzles that I designed back in the summer of 2017, before I got my 3D printer. So I never really got to test it out or see if it would actually work until, well, now. The design is like practically the same as my sliding 1x2x3, I just turned it into a square one. But the thing that's kind of cool about it is because it's like it's a super square one, but because it can slide like this and then slide, let's see if we can get something that'll actually work. Slide like that. Let's see if we can get this. There you go. Because it can do that, this middle layer can actually become more scrambled, because on a regular super square one, the middle layer can it can become scrambled, but like barely. And so, or like the colors can become scrambled, but the shape can't really become scrambled. So yeah, this puzzle, it's a little bit interesting, or a little bit more complicated that ways. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the video, but it's like really loud. I don't know what I did. I think I made the tolerances a little bit too small, but it just makes a ton of noise. And I'm not that happy with the end result of this puzzle, so I'm going to be redesigning this, because when I designed it, it was before I had my 3D printer. It was like a long time ago when I designed this. So I'm going to redesign it, and I'll make the files available on Thingiverse when I... Whoa! That happened. Yeah, I'll put the files up on Thingiverse when I get that done. So I'm probably just gonna leave this puzzle unstickered and sort of have it like a bump puzzle to solve. And it'll just sit on my shelf and collect dust, unless anybody wants to buy it, that is. But yeah, it's a pretty neat puzzle. You can download the files for it on Thingiverse in the description if you really want to. Yeah, that's just this is another one of my little projects that never really got finished. I do have more stuff for you guys coming out next week. Today's video is a little bit rushed. I didn't have a lot of time to make it. But I have a couple more projects that I'm working on, like I keep on saying. I guess I can show you guys one more thing. This is a pentagonal prism that I've been working on. You can see I have it sort of started to be sanded, or I've started sanding it, but I haven't finished sanding it because one of the screws stripped, and so the center was just kept on coming out, so I had to super glue that in place. I have that puzzle. I have tetrahedral Megaminx, which I'm working on, and one or two secret projects, which you guys are gonna have to stick around to find out more about. But yeah, that's pretty much all for today, all for today's video. If you guys are interested in what I'm doing, or you like my puzzles, feel free to subscribe. It's free. Oh man, did I just break that again? I'm really good at breaking that. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you get notified when I come out with new projects and puzzles and stuff. And I am out.